best ones that you can have. Now at first, obviously you will not have all of your heroes, so we're gonna start with the C grade, and obviously one of the best heroes that you can put your hands on. Obviously guys, definitely this is gonna be quite a cool one. Now the fourth one is gonna welcome guys to Idle Games TV, and this is gonna be a video in Idle Kingdom Defense, and we're gonna talk about the best heroes that you can have when you're gonna be a beginner in this game. So basically beginners best heroes. We're gonna jump over here in the formation part, and as you can see, you're gonna have up to 5 warriors and obviously up to 8 support heroes. So don't forget about that. Definitely depending on how many heroes, if you have unlocked all of them, good for you, like I did over here. But definitely I do need to star up some of them. But we're gonna get into, let's say, some specifics over here due to the fact that I have uncovered all the new heroes that you can see until now at least. So we're gonna go for the first hero that you definitely need to have, and we're gonna go for the first 5 warriors over here. So at first you do want to have up to 5 warriors if you're gonna unlock all the slots, but until you're gonna unlock all the slots, you're gonna have 2 main warriors that you do want to have over there. So we're gonna go with the C grade. Obviously when you're gonna start, you're only gonna have C heroes, afterwards B ones and A and S, as long as you're gonna progress in the campaign. But the first one, definitely it will be over here, Diego. So definitely you do want to have him at the beginning. Don't upgrade him that much, and obviously do not use so many ascension stones in this part due to the fact that he's doing some damage over here, but the main idea is at the third skill over here, so has a chance of stunning the enemy for 3 seconds. So definitely if you're gonna start him up even more, those percentages will get increased. But that's definitely a second skill that you do want to have besides the first one, that you're gonna do 150% attack damage. So definitely this is gonna be one of your first warriors when you're gonna start the game, so definitely go for him, as I mentioned. Now the second one is gonna be Leonidas over here. Definitely you do want to have him afterwards. So as you probably noticed over here, he's gonna be a B grade, but definitely he's gonna be quite cool. So let's go back over here. So as you probably noticed over here, he's gonna do 200% damage. Obviously he's a rarer let's say hero than the Diego, so definitely he's gonna do more. Now on the third skill as well, he's gonna have a 30% chance to paralyze, so basically stun, paralyze, kind of the same thing. So obviously besides the damage, he will also have a secondary skill, so definitely this one will also be good for you when you're gonna start the game. So don't forget about that. These two are most probably the best ones that you can have. You can definitely upgrade this guy as well, Jackson, if you don't have anything else to do. Definitely he's gonna do 200%, and as you can see on the third one, he's gonna basically knock back the enemies, and obviously you're gonna basically have 1 second, depending on how much will you upgrade him, start him up. You're gonna basically have the second skill as well over here for this guy. But the first 2 ones, Diego and Leonidas, as I mentioned, definitely are gonna be quite cool. Now the third one is gonna be over here in the A grade. Obviously gonna be Orion over here. So if you're gonna have the opportunity to unlock him, definitely he's a quite cool hero to have. So obviously besides the damage, definitely quite a huge amount of damage when you're going to be able to get him. But as you can see, he is quite maxed up over here. But the third skill over here has a 110% chance when he's maxed up, so definitely more than 100, so that's going to be quite cool. And as you can see, you're going to freeze your enemies for the next 3 seconds. And obviously you do want to basically let's say use this skill in order for you to keep the enemies as far as you can from your fortress. Definitely this is going to be quite a cool one. Now the fourth one is going to be Blake over here. At least in my opinion, definitely he's going to be quite cool. So besides the damage, as I mentioned, he's going to basically lift your enemies into the air for 1 second. So definitely, let's say this is a stun skill also, so definitely he's a CC hero, so controllability definitely is going to be quite cool for you to have at first as well. But definitely you do want to have damage as well. This one is not that good with the damage at first, but as I mentioned, Diego over there, Leonidas, Orion and Blake definitely going to be quite cool for you. If you're not gonna have these ones, definitely the other ones will work as well. Definitely Raven will also be a good hero to have if you don't have the other ones that I mentioned. So definitely she's gonna be somewhere around the 5th option that you're gonna want to have if you do not have any S heroes. So definitely she's gonna be quite quite cool for you to have if you have the possibility to get your hands on her. As you can see over here, she basically does a lot of damage, but also she's gonna poison the enemies, and also the fact that you're gonna poison your enemies, basically they will decrease their defense, so definitely more damage for your enemies, definitely quite cool. Now, besides these ones, as I mentioned, these are gonna be only C, B, and A grade over here. Besides these ones, you do want to have the S ones. We're gonna get into that afterwards, but let's go in the support heroes. So obviously, as you probably saw over here in the formation part, you're gonna have up to 8 slots for the support heroes, so definitely you do want to put your hands on the best ones that you can have. Now at first, obviously, you will not have all of your heroes, so we're gonna start with the C grade, and obviously one of the best heroes that you can put your hands on, obviously guys, most probably not the best one, but definitely one of the best ones, top 5 definitely, Luke over here. So definitely you do want to put your hands on him. We're gonna go over here in the gear part, and we're gonna put 2 stars because definitely he's gonna do more damage, he's gonna be more effective regarding the gear part. Check out my video on the channel regarding the equipment tutorial. Definitely do want to check that if you're a beginner. So let's go over his skills. So obviously he will increase all supports heroes attack, so definitely this is a really good buff for you to have. Believe me, you do want to have him. This is your main hero. You do want to focus on consuming ascension stones on this guy. Believe me, you will use him very let's say sorry, you will use him a lot in this game. You will basically use him over wave 5000, over 7000 most probably, so definitely is gonna be quite cool for you to have. Now the next one that I do want you to focus on, guys, is gonna be Tristan over here. So definitely this one is also a good hero for you to star up. As you can see, all support heroes increase their attack speed, so definitely this is going to be the second one that I recommend you if you're going to be a beginner. Definitely go for this one, because believe me, this is definitely going to be one of the heroes that you do want to put your hands on, and please go for this guy because definitely you do want to have Luke, as I mentioned, and also Tristan over here. Now the third one is going to be obviously Evan over here, because you do want to have some crowd control, and obviously you do want to do some damage. Now he's not an S hero, he's only an A grade, but as you can see, he does a lot of damage over here, and also over here he's gonna have 100% chance to freeze his enemies for the next 4 seconds. Basically he will decrease their speed, but obviously if you're gonna have Evan over here and also Ryan, think of it like this: you're gonna have the percentage somewhere around 200 to freeze them, and 25% from him, 25% from the other guy. He's gonna definitely be frozen with a 50 chance over there, and basically he will not move the enemy, I mean. So definitely you do want to get Evan and also Ryan in the same team in order for you to put those freeze on the enemy, sorry. So this was Evan, and obviously you do want to have most probably one of the best heroes for support in the middle game, until the middle game at least, and further on. Obviously Xavier over here, definitely he's a summoner basically, and he will summon up to 18 cavalries over here, and basically these guys basically will keep your enemies really, let's say, far from the fortress in order for you not to take damage. And obviously you're gonna do damage to the enemy with other support heroes, but basically this is kind of a defense hero that you do want to have on your team. If you're not gonna have him, obviously you're gonna use Adrian, but we're gonna get into that afterwards. But this is a hero that you do want to star up as fast as you can if you're gonna get him, due to the fact that you're gonna use him a lot until you're gonna be able to use Adrian, as I mentioned. Now besides these ones, guys, definitely, as I mentioned, you can use other support heroes as well, but we're gonna go for the S grade due to the fact that in the A grade and in the B and C grade, not so many. So as I mentioned, don't forget, you're gonna have Luke over here, basically one of the best heroes. As I mentioned, you're gonna have Tristan over there and in B grade, sorry, and definitely you can start him up. And afterwards we're gonna go over here with Evan, and afterwards we're gonna go over here with Xavier. There are only 4 support heroes, but basically you do want to put them in your squad, and afterwards we're gonna go for the C grade, because definitely you do need some supports from there. Now don't forget, guys, that if you're gonna put your hands on Gabriel, basically he will increase the attack of your archers. So definitely you do want to put your hands on this guy, because definitely he's gonna be one of the best guys that you can have in order for you to basically increase the attack that you're gonna do from your castle. Now as long as you're gonna upgrade your castle over here in order for you to put also gold coins and afterwards also some coins in there, definitely he's gonna be a really good hero for you to have. So if you're gonna have the opportunity to put your hands on him, at least at the beginning of the game, definitely start him up and definitely use him, as I mentioned, because definitely Gabriel will be one of the best heroes for you to have. And definitely, although it's an S grade, definitely you do want to have him in your team as fast as you can. Now the other one, you do want to put your hands on the new heroes as well, but definitely on some healers and obviously some heroes that will decrease the defense. Now we're gonna jump over here and we're gonna talk about Sophia over here. So obviously one of the best heroes that you can have in the game. If you're not gonna have Sophia and you do want to use a healer, you can definitely use over here Aisha, because definitely she's gonna be quite cool and definitely she will heal the warriors in front of your castle. So if you're gonna have a problem with the warriors and you're gonna see that they're gonna take some damage, definitely you can use her. But obviously the best healer that you can use is gonna be Sophia over here. So as you can see, she will definitely heal up your castle as long as you're gonna take the damage. So definitely you do want her on your team, as I mentioned. Now the next ones, guys, are gonna be Christian over here, because obviously he's gonna do damage, but also, guys, over here he's gonna basically decrease the defense, decrease the attack of your enemies. So as long as you're gonna apply burn on your enemies, you're gonna decrease their attack. So obviously they will not do that high amount of damage on your castle. So that's gonna be a cool thing for you to have. And obviously over here Camilla basically does kind of the same thing. So also she's gonna put fire, and obviously this is gonna go hand in hand, and also she will decrease the attack of your enemies. And obviously, as you probably noticed, you will not take that high amount of damage due to this fact. So definitely Camilla and Christian will go hand in hand because they both use fire. She will only let's say do the amount of damage in a straight line, but definitely you're gonna see that she's gonna be quite useful. So don't forget about Camilla, guys, over there. Definitely she's gonna be quite cool. Now we're gonna talk about Adrian over here. She's definitely gonna be one of the best supporters that you can have if you're gonna be able to star her somewhere out at least epic. I'm using from time to time Xavier and Adrian as well, both in my same team. So definitely you do want to see if that strategy works for you. Basically I'm keeping also the cavalries and the golems over here in order for me to basically keep my enemies as far as I can from my fortress, and that's how I'm gonna be able to do more damage. Yeah, definitely will take me more time regarding this fact. I'm not gonna use a damage dealer, but definitely this strategy, at least for me, worked. And guys, I'm suggesting that you can do the same thing if you're gonna have Xavier and Adrian in your team as well. Now don't forget, definitely she's gonna be one of most probably the best heroes that you can put your hands on. Now regarding the other support heroes that we're gonna talk about, you're gonna have a Gabriel, and obviously, as I mentioned, you do want to have him as fast as you can. Now the other one, guys, is gonna be a Herald over here. You do want to have him in your team if you're gonna be able to start him up at least at epic. And as you can see, he's gonna summon thunderbolts, and obviously he's gonna have a 70% chance to paralyze your enemies. So also crowd control and definitely some damage. So basically he's gonna have a secondary skill. Definitely you can use him as well if you're gonna be able to start him up really fast. So he's gonna be one of the best heroes, not the best heroes, but definitely one of the good heroes that you want to have in your team. Now guys, you do want to have as I mentioned her, Camilla over here. Most probably Lucas is not the best S hero that you want as a supporter, so don't bother with him. I did start him up, but believe me, he's not gonna be that good. So don't bother starting him up, don't bother consuming your ascension stones over there. And guys, please try to upgrade Marion over here. Now guys, she's gonna be quite cool. I mean, come on, she already does 1400% attack damage, and with only 2 stars, with only 1 epic star basically. And afterwards, as you can see, she is gonna have a 60% chance to freeze the enemies. Obviously I'm gonna do her mystic, and obviously the chance will increase most probably somewhere around 80% or most probably 100. We're gonna see, but I'm thinking somewhere around 80%. So definitely she's gonna be able to decrease basically the enemy speed. And if you're gonna use her with Frozen and obviously Orion over there, definitely they're gonna go really good in this part. And obviously, if I'm not mistaken, over here you can use Evan as well. So basically Evan, Ryan and Marion over there, they're all using ice. So definitely this is gonna be a quite cool thing for you to basically freeze your enemies. You do want to check this thing and you do want to put them in the same team in order for you to see if they're gonna go hand in hand. But believe me, Marion, if you're gonna have the opportunity to put your hands on her, definitely go for her.